should be having, you know. And I love that we challenge one another on, you know, I tell you something and you challenge me on it. Well, what do you mean, Doc? You know, and then you say something. I'm like, what? I ain't never hear about that, you know. And so it's just sharpening each other up. So I'm just you know, happy that we bring these types of discussions to the you know, to the public.
Yeah, we're gonna let the chat room fill up for a minute. Yeah, I'm glad we are bringing these discussions to the public. It's important, man. And
Yeah.
appreciate you. I appreciate your intellect though, from day one, right?
Oh, likewise. Likewise. We just hit it off. Like we it's just we connected, you
Yeah.
know, and intellect, you know how they say real recognize real intellects recognize intellects, you know, and so I knew what I was dealing with when I met you. And so that's why I never stopped, you know, for lack of better words, rocking with you. You know, that's what we say in Baltimore. You know, we rocking with someone, but I never ever
Yeah,
stopped. You know,
we
yeah, I
rocking with
never stopped. Yeah, rocking with you because that's who you are. And you know, and I love what you're doing for the community. I love that you're pushing scientific literacy because we need it. You know, without that, we would die. And so it's funny to me in the pro-black community, we talk about nation building, but if you want to build a nation, you got to groom scientists. You got to bring about, you know, another generation of scientists. The Honorable Marcus Garvey, when he was talking about repatriating to Africa, when he was doing that Back to Africa movement and getting a little space in Liberia, Dr. Amos Wilson tells us in the Blueprint for Black Power that when he went over there to look at the space, you know who he took with him? Scientists and engineers. Scientists and engineers. You know what I mean? And so when we talk about, if you're talking about nation building, you need scientists, you need engineers. Can't build a nation without that. You can't build a nation without science. There's no way around it, Unc. There's no way around it. Without science, we go build a nation, we would all die. We wouldn't be able to feed ourselves. We wouldn't be able to protect ourselves. We wouldn't be able to heal ourselves. You know, so without science, we would die. So science is vital to our Bible, whether we want to admit it or
not. So what did Napoleon take to Egypt?
Oh, you have to tell me that, on. You the big history buff.
He took scientists.
Look, because I didn't know where that question came from. You said who did Napoleon?
It came from what you just said when you talked about who you say took scientists somewhere. What did you say?
Oh, I said Marcus Garvey when he went over to Liberia, you know, to look at a space, you know, for repatriated Africans. He took scientists over there with him, engineers over there with him. As a matter of fact.
Right.
Yeah, I can pull it up. I can pull it up in Blueprint for Black Power. Dr. Amos Wilson talked about that.
So, yeah, like I said, I appreciate your intellect, and what I want to say is that intelligent people always get it. They just need to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they just need to hear it. And if you tell it, and if you say it right in an intelligent way, they'll get it, man. You can't sound dumb. They're like, what? But if you say it right, intelligent people, they just get it. And so you don't do a whole lot of fighting over the information like that. If it don't make sense, you're gonna look it up and say, well, that's not what I saw, such and such. But just some basic concepts that that I've been trying to promote, that I've been promoting. I mean, you just get it, man. And then I think the greatest thing was, and I'm gonna tell you what the greatest thing was, Doc. I say, hell, Doc, I need you more than you need me. I said, you already got the shit. You was like, what? I said, you got the damn doctor's degree. I said, apply that shit right. He was like, what? Crazy,
yeah,
right?
I couldn't, like, because I was coming at you with certain books, and you were like, hold up. You said, Doc, you reading that book? And I was like, yeah. You was like, come on now. You said you got a PhD. You said that same hat, and I never forget it. You said that same hat that you put on when you're, when you're in the lab, when you're, analyzing, science and math and engineering. You say you need to wear that same hat when you're reading these history books. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I was just looking at the different, elders, the work of the elders and ancestors, and I was just taking it as face value. You know, I would just look at it and you know, read it, and I would come back to you and repeat certain things, and you were like, no, 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 no. You said the same hat that you wear when you're reading, you know, scientific literature, you said put on the same hat when you are scrutinizing history.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since that, you know, I started looking, and I don't want to call out ancestors and elders' names, but, you know, I started looking at, you know, once I did that, I started looking at people's work a little bit differently. Like, wait a minute, you know, how did he come to this conclusion? Or where's his source to substantiate this idea? Or, you know, I began to kind of, I don't want to say nitpick, but I began to thoroughly scrutinize a lot of the different work that I've read over the years, and kind of put it where it needs to be. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Yeah, you figured out what they got right, what they got wrong, and what we need to you know, fix, you know, because we stand on their shoulders.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we did. Yeah, you can't stand there and think they got everything right, then we're not doing our job.
No, absolutely not. And you know, I know you've talked about how, you know, people come into the community with a religious mindset. You know, just like, you know, initially, you know, prior to coming into the community, a lot of us probably subscribe to the Abrahamic faiths, and so we you know, we were very dogmatic and believed a lot of the, you know, everything the Bible believe, you know, and so we kind of brought that over into the community. So now it's, you know, oh, if it's Dr. Van Sertima, then it must be true, or if it's so and so, then it must be true. But we, like you said, we gotta scrutinize these things and analyze these things. We just can't accept everything at face value. And our ancestors, they got some things right, and they definitely got some things wrong. And it's nothing wrong with pointing those things out. I feel like you in particular, Ankh, and even you know, Garfield, a lot of other people have caught a lot of flack from people in the community for pointing out errors in work. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we do in academia all the time. You know, you look at each other's work. If something is wrong, you point it out, you go back, you correct it, you come back again. But it just seems like in this community, no one, seems like people don't take too kindly to correction. You know, they're not open to correction and things of that nature.
Well, because they came into this with the religious mind, right? And the religious mind doesn't take to correction. You know, being a professor, I like to always point that out because, you know, I've heard it through the grapevine, somebody tried to say you was dumb, right? You're a damn yeah, you're a professor and you teach Black kids, right? And of course, you'll teach white kids too. But the majority of the students are white kids. I mean, black students. I've seen
Absolutely.
it from my own eyes, right? And you're raising their game and their level. You feel me? And so the level is to be able to look at what was done before you, see the mistakes and make it better. Europeans have mastered that art. Matter of fact, the African had done that. How do you think they got from the step pyramid to the Great Pyramids? You don't get from the step pyramids, right? We started with the mastabas, where they buried people in those single blocks, mud,
right?
Mastabas, right? And somebody came along and said, "Well, okay, I like that, but let's stack those, right?" Zozar, right? He stacked them. So now you got to stack them. And somebody came by and say, "No, you know, let's add that to it." Suppose they were stuck on, "Oh boy, you can't correct that. We're gonna keep it like that." Then what?
Right.
You would have never had the Great Pyramids. What about the Bent Pyramid? Somebody gotta say, "Dude, you messed that up."
That's so true, though. I mean, that's so true. Yeah, and it's supposed to get better and better with each generation. And what we have to realize is that our ancestors and elders, they did the best they could with the information they had at that time, and that's all it was. That's all it was.
And that's going to take us into our conversation today. So let me start the show, right, real quick. I see the chat room filling. Got 79,000 in there. I see you. Done. I see you, Mark Johnson. Man, okay, I'm Sosa. What's up, bro? I see you. Get in block. What's up? I see you. Artie Boone, co-defendant. Everything. What's up? What's up, Jane? What's good with you? Hey, Dagger Squad is in the building, man. What's up, Dagger Squad, man? What's good, bro? You know I'm gonna send that link in a minute, yo. Elder.
No, I just talked him up. I just talked him up a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talking about how you be taking them bullets, bro. And whether y'all know it or not, man, you know, brother Garfield is loyal, man. That brother is loyal, man. So you gotta understand, yo, the loyalty I give back to him. Y'all just gotta know how loyal he is. Dr. Oyama Yacht is fucking loyal, man. You know what I'm saying? Loyal.
No doubt.
Loyal. You know what I'm saying? Assault Hotep, loyal. I'm gonna stop right there. Smash Rockwell, loyal. Naya, loyal. Brother, goddamn Nahisi is fucking loyal. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Sean,
yeah, brother.
Loyal.
Yeah.
Kobe Tyson.
Yeah.
Loyal. Ben, loyal.
Yeah,
Do you hear me?
Brother, yeah, brother Black Panther. And you know what? I gotta give a shout out to his wife, Sister
Man, shout
Ali.
that channel out. That's the best damn channel you do. Please shout that channel out, please.
Yeah, Sister Lima, please, family, go to Lili La Poete Speaks. She has a beautiful channel where she talks. Her and Brother Black Panther, aka Brother Ben, they have this series called it's called Debunking the Myths. And so, you know, they have short videos up, I think no longer than 10 minutes, where they go through a lot of the conspiracy theories and stuff like that about the coronavirus, 5G, melanin, a lot of the stuff that we hear in the community. And they just debunk it. You know, they debunk it with science. And so it's a beautiful series. I definitely want to shout out her last video she put up. I think the video got over like 1,100 views. Over 1,000 views. It's called How to Research Effectively. That was a beautiful 9-minute video on how to research, which brings us to the discussion that we're going to have today. Because in the video, she said, look, she presents 3 steps. Step 1, she says, vet the author. So she says, whenever you reading any information, you know, an article, a book, something online, vet the author, right? Vet the author. That's step 1. And then she gives you a little, she kind of expounds on that. And then step 2, she asks you to step 1, vet the author. Step 2, determine whether or not determine the motive of the source. So is this source trying to educate you? Is this source trying to persuade you? Is this source trying to influence you in any way? Is this source biased? Is it unbiased? Is it credible? Is it non-credible? So she talks about that during step 2. And step 3, she said, think before you share. You know, are you ready to defend this work, or do you stand behind this work? What are you sharing this work for? Are you sharing it, you know, for your own personal agenda, or what, you know, to support your own personal agenda? So think before you share. So it was a beautiful video. Family, go check it out. Lili La Poete Speaks, and her video is called How to Research Effectively. So check it out on YouTube when you get a chance.
Man, so, hey, we just talking about we got some loyal people around us, man. It just is what it is, man. And I think that's essential to what we're doing. If I didn't mention your name, then either if I forgot or I didn't mention your name. All right. So let's go ahead and get into what we're gonna get into. I want to start the show like this. This is how I want to do this. Do it just like this. Like we're gonna start this real like atheist show. I'm gonna change the name too.
Oh golly, I thought I changed my name.
Oh, you thought you changed your name? No.
Yeah, I thought I changed it, but it's cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's your name. Shit, you got a doctor's degree in that name.
You already know. I thought I changed it. I thought I put my African name up, but it's cool. Go ahead, share your name.
Funny, man. When you came to the community, I say, man, we need you in this community. We need that doctor in this community. Boy, you whipped out that card. I had never seen the degree on a card before that you carry around in your pocket. I ain't never seen it before. You whipped out like, damn. Then when you came to the community, man, I'm a doctor, man. They start throwing tomatoes at you.
Did they? Did they? Did they? They was like, what? She got a PhD. They said she has a white man's degree. I was like, what? I was so hurt on, remember? I was like, what? I was all proud because remember I shared with you, that and you looked at the data on the government website. I shot you the website a few days ago. But man, in 2013, when I received my PhD in engineering, I mean, that was a very proud day for me. When I graduated in 2013, 602 degrees, and there were 602 PhDs awarded in the fields of electrical, electronic, and communications engineering, 602. And out of those 602 degrees, only 4 of those degrees were earned by African-American women. And out of those 4 degrees, 2 of those women graduated from Morgan State University. So it was definitely a proud day in 2013 for African-American female engineers. Typically, African-American female engineers do not pursue engineering. I believe that when I came along, I may have been maybe number 13 in the United States, 13 or 14.
Did you save that for the interview?
Okay, my bad. All right, okay, all right.
Nah. You 13. That's some spectacular. That's spectacular. When you came through, you number 13 in America. That's crazy.
Yeah. So when I got into the so-called, I want to say so-called conscious community, and you put it out there like, yeah, she has a PhD. Like you said, they threw bananas at me. Oh, she got the white man's, degree, and she went, that's the white man's information, and they said that about me, and then it was one person thought that they confused an electrical engineer with an electrician. They said I was an electrician, and they didn't know the difference between an engineer and an electrician, and I was like, wow, like this community is.
Buzz Lightyear said that. Buzz Lightyear didn't know you get a doctorate degree in electrical engineering. He didn't know that. And he's a superstar amongst you. You know what I'm saying? So you know how dumb y'all is. So they got the name right, the conscious community, because the conscious community is really the new age community. They're really white people in blackface because they use all white people's information. So let's start off like this. Let me do it like this.
Come on. Let's go, Aunt.
Yeah, family, man, appreciate that, man. We here today with the lovely Dr. Oyama-Yat, man.
Solar Mobile just sent me this solar wireless battery pack. I'm excited. Let's see what's inside.
Oh, the mess up.
I really like the build.
You hear me, Doc?
Oh yeah, I hear you loud and clear, and I love that intro. You already know that. I love that intro.
Jazz it up a little bit, man. Hey, man, shout out to the pseudo killers, man. That's a loyal group of brothers and sisters right there, man. Definitely them out, yo. The pseudo killers is officially on deck, man. And them brothers been loyal for a while before we formed the pseudo killers. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was straight in what they was doing, man. And they got real good heads on their shoulders. So, shout out to all them. Concrete Coy, Brother Sheffrin, be more in the building. Brother Kent, you know what I'm saying? Brother Kent, man, has actually helped me feed my family, man, by bringing me down for lectures and giving me room and board. Okay, you can't overlook that. You know what I'm saying? Brother Nahisi, of course, Dr. Oyama-Yat. You know what I mean? So, man, and Brother Vance, appreciate you, Vance, very loyal brother. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just appreciating the loyalty because that's how you build things. Let it be an example for the community, man. You know, be loyal to each other, man. Work together on what y'all trying to put together, man. And it'll work out for you. Trust me with that, because we are up against it, Doc. We up against the pseudos, and so that's why this show is very, very important. So it's a lot of misinformation coming around here, right? I think you call a parent. What you call it? What was it?
We called it an information infodemic, or information infodemic.
Right.
At Harvard University, they call it an information disorder, and we'll get into that later on in the show. So some people are saying they're calling it an information infodemic or an information disorder. So that's what we're doing. And you and I have been talking about this, Brother On, for quite some time. Just the misinformation, the amount or the volume of misinformation that is constantly being disseminated on and offline. We didn't know how to frame it. So I'm not gonna say we didn't know how to frame it, because we called it what it was. We called it pseudo, we called it, pseudoscience and stuff like that. But now they have, whole departments just dedicated to understanding or researching disinformation. And so now they're calling it, information infodemic, or they're calling it information disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a daggone disorder. And I mean, when I started this journey, right, I was shrouded in pseudoisms. It just was. Like holding Dr. Ben's book up, but yet denying evolution. I did that. You know what I'm saying? So am I proud of that? Nah. But I can see when it happens, right? And so I understand what you're going through. So, we use these terms in the community, and we dispute over who brought that word to the community. Well, anyway, the word was always here, right? I forget it. I think it was Assad said that Brother Wesley talked about, called the conscious community, was teaching pseudo history, right?
It was Nahisi. It was Brother Nahisi that said it was Dr. Wesley Muhammad that kept calling it, pseudo. Mm-hmm.
But I remember a moment when it was me and Ngozi, and we had Dr. Clyde Winters on, and he called Dr. Clyde. He said, "You're a fucking pseudo." That's the first time that I heard somebody call somebody in the community a pseudo, right? And I think that was the first time that it was made mention that. In our conversations, we talked about pseudoisms and all that, right? But that was the first time I heard it, right? And of course, I popularized it. Just simple as that. Because I felt like that word, right now, when you call a person pseudo, they hurt. You feel me, Doc? When you say that, they be hurt.
Yeah, they get mad. Like, well, you keep calling me pseudo, they get upset.
They get upset. That means we did our job. That's all I was trying to do. Let you know that what you're talking about, let's get right to it real quick. So because we're on a time with you, I know how it is. So pseudoscience, let me say it again. We're gonna keep going over and over and over and over and over again. Pseudoscience, right, consists of statements, beliefs, or practices that are claimed to be both scientific and factual, but are incompatible with the scientific method. See what I'm saying? Meaning things that the people are coming up with can't be falsified. All right, that's important to know. Pseudoscience is often characterized by contradictory, exaggerated, or unfalsifiable claims. Y'all know what unfalsifiable claims? Reliance on confirmation bias. Y'all know what confirmation bias is? Well, that's what the community does. They actually go around and find things to confirm their bias. And the internet is full of confirmation bias. That's why it's important to go to Sister Ling's channel and look at when she's talking about those research steps. It's important. Rather than, watch this, relies on confirmation bias rather than the rigorous attempt, right, at refutation, okay? Lack of openness to evaluation by other experts, absence of systematic practices when developing hypotheses, and continued adherence long after the pseudoscientific hypothesis has been extremely discredited. Like when y'all fight against evolution, that has been discredited. that evolution is not real. It's totally been discredited. The term pseudoscience is considered pejorative because it suggests something is being presented as science inaccurately or even deceptively. Those described as practicing or advocating pseudoscience often dispute the characterization. Ain't that what they do, Doc?
Absolutely. I was sitting here shaking my head while you were reading that, because I think about the different conversations that take place on different platforms and how they'll use like scientific jargon, and they may mix like a scientific truth or fact in there, and then they turn it and they twist it into something else. You know what I mean? So, but keep on going, keep on reading, brother.
Well, that's as far as I want to actually read. I think that's good right there. For that.
Oh, that's it?
For the pseudoscience. I'll give you a whole new thing. I probably want to give you some examples of. Let's see.
Yeah, and that's how they get it. That's how it, you know, they make it.
Can't hear you.
Sound good, and then they'll just mix it in, brother, up with some junk, and then feed it to you and call it science, and that's not what science is. I think that a lot of people just, I don't know. Matter of fact, pull up the chart that compares science to pseudoscience. Okay. Yeah, pull that chart up.
I'm gonna pull that up and let you read
it. Yeah, so people will know. Yeah, so people will see the difference.
All right. Okay.
Are you pulling up the one with the black background, or?
No, I was pulling the one with it's purple and yellow.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Right here. Real simple.
Let me see which one I have.
You see that?
See. Oh yes, the purple. Yeah, I had that same one up. It says science, pseudoscience, and comment, right?
No.
Oh yeah. So yours is different than mine. Okay. Same thing though. So same thing.
So okay, science. You read the science part. I read the pseudoscience.
Okay, so science is willingness to change with new evidence.
Now, see, this is where we get into trouble in the conscious community, because people get mad at you because they do not have the willingness to change. So they fall in the pseudoscientific category with fixed ideas. They just fixed, that's it. It's right, that's it. Plain and simple. You always think you know what you're talking about. Oh, you disrespected the elders. They do all that because the ideas are fixed. There is no room for growth. It's really religious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And another thing, you know, so in that community, in pseudoscience community, you know, what's true today is always true. But see, in the scientific community, we understand that what we may think is true today may change tomorrow with new evidence. So it just depends. So another thing we don't do in science is speak in absolutes. So typically in science, we will say that something is consistent with what we currently know, right? We don't present it as an absolute. So we stay away from words, you know, strong quantitative words like always and never. We stay away from that. The next bullet is ruthless peer review.
Ruthless peer review on science. Ruthless. I mean, they don't care about your background. They don't care about what community you're in. They don't care if you white, black, Chinese. They don't care. See what I'm saying? So the Dr. Farasi, am I saying that right? Farasi,
yes.
Right, Dr. Farasi. People say, "Did you trust him?" I said, "No." Okay, then. I said, "But I trust the science because ruthless peer review. That's why I trust the science. Because they don't care. You could be Adolf Hitler, yo. If it's right, it's right. Plain and simple. So watch this. Pseudoscience, no peer review. No peer review. They have one paper, ain't nobody looked at it. You know what I'm saying? No rigor with it. That's it. And the pseudoscientists will do it every time.
Every time.
So you stay on me with this one. You be like, stop speaking in absolutes, Unc. Simple as that. So go ahead to the next one.
All right. Science takes account of all new discoveries. All new discoveries.
Right. So they might dig up some bones. They dug up some bones in Morocco and they found some Homo sapiens sapiens, some archaic Homo sapiens sapiens. So, you know, we've been talking the Ethiopian thing for years. Now they got some older Homo sapiens sapiens found. They trying to figure out, are they just archaic? I mean, they think they might be kind of archaic, right? But now what? So now you moving from Ethiopia to Morocco. So are you willing to change with that? The religious mind say no. It is what it is. Look, the religious mind selects, the pseudoscientific mind selects only favorable discoveries. Yeah, we've been talking so much about Ethiopia, yo. That's a favorable discovery in Ethiopia, yo. Like, that's the only one we're going to deal with, y'all.
Mm.
See the difference here?
Oh, yeah. Homo 1, Homo 2. They won't tell you about that jawbone they found in Morocco.
Nah, it won't.
Was it a jawbone? Was it a jawbone they found in Morocco?
Yeah, and a skull. I think it was that and a skull too, I believe.
Yeah, but we'll still be, like he said, we'll still be talking about Homo 1 and Homo 2 in Ethiopia, you know, even though they found new discoveries. That's a fact. Science invites criticism. Science invites criticism. Mm-hmm.
You know how many friends I lost because I criticized some things? I can just start mentioning a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, SETI, bro, I'm criticizing you for bringing along a pseudo. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you're not talking to that brother the right way. Buzz Lightyear, you're not dealing with that right, and you're going against evolution, bro. Well, you the number one dude talking about Dr. Ben, the master teacher, but yet you're not reading his books. So I criticized that. We ain't friends no more. See how that went? But see, I ain't in this for friends anyway. So let's see. Sees criticism as a what? Conspiracy. This the whole thing is that. The whole, oh, you criticize, conspiracy, this, that, and come on, man. Oh, man. No, that's the game they play. Well, go ahead, Doc.
All right. Science has verifiable results.
Verifiable results, meaning somebody somewhere else can verify the results, not you, the scientist. You've done your job, then you push it out there for peer review. Double-blind experiment where they don't know where it came from, and they take it and they try to run the daggone numbers in the paper.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, brother. Not only does science have verifiable results, but science also has results that can be replicated throughout the scientific community. So it's not just one thing. You know, once we have verifiable results, it's not this one scientist can do it, right? We can replicate these experiments throughout the scientific community. So I just wanted to add that as well.
Non-repeatable results. Yeah, we can't repeat it. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like the results you came up with, we tried to repeat them and we can't. That's why it's done. Non-repeatable. Go ahead, Doc.
Science limits claims of usefulness. It limits claims of usefulness.
Pseudoscience claims of widespread usefulness. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, we need this, man. I'm telling you, man. Oh man, you know how they be doing in the community, man. You gotta look to your left and look to your right. Is that you? Oh man, crazy.
And lastly, science gives you an accurate measurement. So you have accuracies. And if it's not accurate, what they do 9 times out of 10 is give you what's called a confidence interval. So they'll say, you know, I'm 90% confident. I'm 90% confident in this data. So we call it confidence intervals, okay? And then the confidence interval symbol is mu. But anyway, they give you a confidence interval. So they'll say, well, you know, the data range will be between, 100 and 200, and we're 90% sure that it falls between, 100 and 200. So we call those confidence intervals if they can't give you like an accurate measurement.
Pseudoscience, man, ballpark measurements. Yeah, from 1 million to 1930. They ballpark, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, yeah, that was in India, and that was in America. Well, how you get that ballpark like that? Remember we were talking about the pyramid? Right. All on the thing, they was ballparking it. Oh, it's in the ballpark, it has to be so. Yeah, so I mean, that's exactly what we're dealing with right there. That's those charts.
Hey, let me share my screen for a minute. Let me share my screen real quick, because this actually, it says host disabled attendee screen sharing. So you would have to allow me to share my screen.
How do I do that? I thought you could do that.
Let me see.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got to enable me to share my screen. So I don't know.
All right, more. Okay. Video. Ask you start video. Nope. Start roll attendee.
I don't know if you can click my name and then give me some sort of permission.
All right, what's that? Go ahead. What did I make you? What you got? It work? Can't hear you, Doc. Oh, okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Doc. Doc.
Yeah, you're changing my role. And so each time you were changing my role, to get me in and out of the meeting. So it said that you changed my role to an attendee, and then you just changed my role to a panelist. So now let me see if I can share my screen. Nope, it says host disabled attendee screen sharing. So, I don't know.
Actually,
yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just email you what I wanted to share. So just pull this up on pull this up. I'm getting ready to, I'll just email it to you really quickly.
All right, see if you can do it now. Bet you can do it now.
All right.
You hear me? Doc. You hear me?
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So yeah, I went out and then, well, I didn't go out. It just, whatever change you made, it took me out and then brought me back in. All right, so I'm trying to share my screen, and it says again, host disabled attendee screen sharing. So I'll just email you what I want you to share.
Right,
I'm gonna send it to Almond Ross 49.
All right.
All right, I just sent it, so you should have it.
No, send it to abjeware@gmail.com.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. You said send it to abjeware.
Yeah, ABDJUWEAR @gmail. ABDJUWEAR. Yeah, man, make sure y'all support abjeware, man. That's ABDJUWEAR.com.
All right, I just sent it. Brother Ankh.
All right. Also support Anime Productions. What's the website, Doc?
It's Anime productions.com. And if you didn't catch that, just go to the Google and type in Meltrek, MELTRK, and links will pop up for our website. And Brother Ankh, I just want to add that since the coronavirus hit, we've been doing very well. So I want to thank everybody who has been utilizing Meltrek as a tool, teaching tool for their children. And so I definitely want to give my appreciation for that. I definitely appreciate it. My family appreciate it. But we looked at our analytics today and saw that, we had at least about 12,000 in the last 90 days come to our website. And I actually saw, an increase in sales for the
Dang. The hell of a pandemic for you. You went out and came back in, Doc. You went out and came back in.
No, you changed my role. You did something.
I ain't know. All right, let me go to the email.
Okay. All right. Yeah, something happened. Yeah, I got out and came back in. Something happened.
No, send it to the thing I sent the thing to you to. What I sent it to you from? What I seen the link.
Look, hold on. Yeah, that's I sent it. abjuwear@gmail.com. I sent it there.
ABDUWEAR.
Yep, I sent it to where I sent it to the website that you sent. Yep. Okay, hold on. It says it's still in my.
Oh. That's how you see.
Hold on. Let me see.
I got it.
You got.
Yeah. Yeah, I just found it very interesting that a person is actually mocked for having a doctor's degree in this community. Not only are people mocked, right? The damn people doing the mocking will give themselves the title of doctor. What in the hell is going on, Doc? Can we ponder on that moment of clarity?
You want to ponder on the moment of clarity? I came out and came back. And what did you just say, Unc?
I said that you're literally mocked for having a real official doctor's degree by people, bananas and sticks and bones thrown at you, right? And tomatoes. But those same people will put doctor in front of their names. Can we ponder a moment of clarity, please? If that's not pseudo, and I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't know what it is either. Like, yeah, it's the white man's thing. It's the white man's title. And then you walking around calling yourself. I told you, Unc. I said, yeah, it's not just you. It's not just you. No, I said it's not just you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. All right, I got you. Here you go. You want me to put it up on the screen for you? But that's ridiculous. Now that's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. All right, here you go. What you got? There you go. See it?
Yeah, so it was just that, we talked about pseudoscience versus science. And so what I wanted to show the people, and I actually talked about this several times on Sinetta's platform, the hierarchy of scientific evidence. And so you have weak evidence, well, you have no evidence, well, pseudoscience. And then you have what's called weak scientific evidence and strong scientific evidence. So if you look at the bottom of the pyramid, weak scientific evidence would be case reports and opinion papers. So for example, when I had the conversation with, I believe it was a sister, her name is Sister Bernstein. She was an anti-vaxxer. Yeah. And so she kept saying, I'm sourcing up. And she was providing a bunch of case reports and saying, well, this over here in Nebraska, he ran an experiment with a sample size of 5 people and found a link between, vaccines and autism. So, hey, you do realize we can see your screen, right?
Oh, okay, damn. Oh shit, I'm messing.
Yeah, I can't see you're messing up. I can't even see like the diagram anymore.
I thought you had it memorized.
Yeah, I can't. I want the people to see it while I'm talking about it. So anyway, Sister Bernstein, she showed a few case reports from different scientists. Somebody in Nebraska, and I'm just being smart, guys. When I say Nebraska, I don't know where the scientist was from, but the point that I'm trying to make is that the evidence that she presented to substantiate that there was a link between autism and vaccinations, it was weak. I mean, it was just weak. She showed case reports. Again, like I said, with case reports with a very small sample size. So again, case reports, opinion papers, letters, those are what we refer to as weak scientific evidence. Okay. And so then you go up the hierarchy. Okay. So then the next one would be animal trials, or it says in vitro studies. Okay. The next is cross-sectional studies. Then you have case control studies. You have a cohort studies. Then you would have randomized controlled trials. And then at the top, or the apex of the pyramid, you have the meta-analyses and systematic reviews. And that's what Brother Ant was talking about earlier, the systematic peer reviews. Okay, so that is the hierarchy of scientific evidence. A lot of times when you hear Brother Ant and myself pull information from scientific journal, we're at the apex right here. You know how you always say, Brother on the A team. I think you say the A side, on the A side, the A team, or whatever. But anyway, we're at the top right there of the pyramid. And that's the information that's what we pull from to bring the information to you all. Okay, now, if you look to the right of this, you have something there. It says not scientific evidence. Well, what's not scientific evidence? You have YouTube videos, personal anecdotes or personal stories, videos. And I'm not saying, and going back to YouTube videos, I found some YouTube videos that had some great information in it. You know what I mean? But again, you have to vet these videos, and you have to vet the information or the disinformation that may be being disseminated. Okay. So you have YouTube videos, personal anecdotes, gut feelings, parental instincts, some guy, websites like Natural News, InfoWars, or Natural Health Warriors, Collective Evolution, Green Med Info, or different websites and .coms that a lot of people go to, and they'll use that as evidence to support their claim. So for example, do you remember, Brother Ant, when Buzz Lightyear committed, you call it pseudoscience on Sinetta's platform, because he hurried up and Google. Remember, he was trying to say, he made the claim that there were aliens, that the Egyptians documented aliens. And so you asked him to go to the wall, go to the glyphs to prove it. But what he did was he hurried up and he Googled something, and he grabbed it from a website that talked about a child mummy. And so he was saying, look, look, because he pulled it off of a website. And he tried to use that as scientific evidence, to come to find out it was a Photoshop mummy. So I try to use those websites as scientific evidence. So that's all, brother. You can stop sharing your screen. Where you getting ready to shoot Chef Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and shoot him the link. Or did you want me to put it in the Pseudo Killers back chat? Because I can do that.
Yeah, drop it in there.
Okay, cool. Let me.
The whole thing. And look, it's funny as hell, right? I'm just sitting back down memory lane. I don't know. I'm saying, man, I'm sitting back saying, man, look, sometimes, Doc, it's just disheartening, man, that the very people that don't even understand what a doctorate degree is, right, sits at the pinnacle of the conscious community. What does that tell you about the conscious community? It's the pseudo community. That's exactly what it is. The kings of the pseudos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing to me. Like, all I can say is, man, I'm glad for people like you, man, the squad, the pseudo killers, man, Mossy Clan Warriors, man, MBK, because what in the hell would the community be without that, man? Like, I seen this coming, Doc. I seen it. I tell you now, I knew it, and I seen it coming, and I knew it. I say, man, I'm gonna make sure sure that there's a lot of groups dedicated to the real study, because if we don't, we in trouble, right? The pseudos have overran the position, and I've seen it coming, man. Thank goodness, man. Thank goodness for this channel, for our brother Garfield's channel. Hey, Doc, make sure you send Garfield the link too.
All right, I'm getting ready to do that, and can you hear me, Brother Unc?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I just looked in the chat room. Someone said that they ordered, hold on, let me look in the chat. I want to address this. They said they ordered some Meltrek DVDs. They said about 2 weeks ago, and he said, hold on, look at the person's name.
You just hit it with the
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to look just really quick. Yeah, I just want to look real quick. It was EJG, aka Shango. And he said they still have not arrived. Is there a delay? We shipped out everything, Brother Shango. And Brother Shango, do me a favor. You can hit my email, dr.my.msu@gmail.com, and I'll make sure that I look into it as soon as possible. You should have received a tracking number. But what I'll do is I'll look into it, brother, as soon as possible. Just shoot me an email, and that's my personal email, dr.my.msu@gmail.com. And shoot me an email, and I'll look into it as soon as possible. Okay?
Should have got that DVD ASAP in the middle of that pandemic, Doc. Should have got that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they said it 2 weeks ago. They should have gotten it, because we've mailed everything out. So I had to look it up and see what's going on. But yeah, Brother Unc, I mean, it's like, even down to when I was reading about like the conspiracy theories about the coronavirus and the 5G, a lot of those theories came from white conservatives and white liberals. So I laugh at this community, because I'm like, as anti-white as they claim to be, a lot of the disinformation, we got to stop calling it information. It's not information that is circulating. It's disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation. And we can get into the difference between all three of those. But that's where they're actually circulating, and they're getting all of it from white folks. That's where they're getting information from.
Russians with the 5G.
Yeah.
So you got people like Polite promoting the Russians. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. And can we get into that, brother? Because there's some interesting work going on at Harvard University. They're really studying this what they call the information disorder in the age of in the digital age. There's a nonprofit organization that was co-founded by a woman by the name of Dr. Claire Wardell. And that nonprofit organization is being housed right now at Harvard University, and they're studying disinformation, malinformation, and misinformation in great detail. And they framed all of that under what they call the information ecosystem. And so I would like to pull up that article, Brother Unc, and share that with the community and kind of go through that.
You can. I see DL. Who is DL? He said I received mines and I ordered it set around the same time. So I don't know, man. It's a daggone pandemic, man. It's coming, man. Relax.
That I appreciate all my supporters and stuff like that, and so I want to make sure that he's good to go.
Hey, and they know how I do it. If I'm taking too long, I hit the button. I send your money back. It's all love. It's all love.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we send your money back. It's all love. Trust me, I get it. Ain't nobody got time to play with the flim flam community. I get you. And so if you get a little shaky, you know what I'm saying? I get it. All you gotta do is hit that email, bing, and I'm gonna pop. That money gonna be back so quick, your head gonna be spinning. Trust me with that, because I takes no cash money. I'm gonna say this again. No cash money. So anything you pay with your credit card, whatever you got, right? You can always get a refund. It's not a problem, yo. And I appreciate the business. And I'm not even being
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the customer service is on high when it comes back to getting that refund. I bet you get a refund for me faster than you will for Nike. I bet that. Now, that's for sure. So you know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit me up on the email.
Hey, Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Doc.
No. Go ahead. Finish your statement. I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were finished.
No,
go ahead, brother.
Y'all just make sure I hit me up on the email, right? If you think the order taking too long, man, we can refund that. It's not a problem, y'all. And I really appreciate the Black business, man, especially during the time of the pandemic. Shoes been selling, it's crazy, but I really appreciate that though, because we all need it, man. So, shout out to all the supporters of Edimate Productions and all the supporters of Abs You Wear. I appreciate that. All your shirts, scientific. Y'all need to buy some more of those scientifically literate shirts, man. What y'all doing, man? I need to see more of that on people, man. How about them no religion? But go ahead, Doc.
All right. What was I getting ready to say? Go ahead and pull up the link that I just sent you, brother. Pull that up. I just emailed it to you since I can't share my screen with you. And I sent the link. I put the link in the Pseudo Killers chat, and I also emailed. I sent Brother Garfield the link. I inboxed it to him on Facebook, so everyone has the link. But I want to read this article. And while you're pulling up, Brother Ankh, I want to just talk about who this woman is. Very briefly. And again, it goes back to just vetting the information that you read, okay? And so this is an article written by a woman by the name of Dr. Claire Wardle. She's the co-founder and leader of a nonprofit organization called First Draft. Dr. Wardle is a leading expert on social media, user-generated content, and verification. Okay, and I'm reading this directly from the Harvard University website. It says her research sits at the increasingly visible and critical intersection of technology, communications theory, and mass and social media. Dr. Wardle is the co-founding leader of First Draft, the world's foremost nonprofit focused on research and practice to address misinformation and disinformation. Okay, First Draft is housed at the Sherstein Center on Media Politics and Public Policy at the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University, where Dr. Wardle is the research fellow. Previously, Dr. Wardle was the research director at the Toll Center for Digital Journalism at Columbia Journalism School. She has worked with newsrooms and humanitarian organizations around the world, providing training and consultancy on digital transformation. Dr. Wardle earned a PhD in communications and a master's in political science from the University of Pennsylvania. So again, guys, it's just going back to vetting the authors when you're looking at different articles. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because you got the smartest, the Real Black Atheist chat room is the smartest chat room on the planet. So anyway, Brother could you pull up the article?
Yeah, I did. I like this right here. We are increasingly seeing the weaponization of content. Yeah, man. That's
right.
That's why
I told you, Brother
right here on this channel, and I'm not going nowhere else. I'm staying right here because they weaponize it again. Go ahead.
That's what it says. So it says we are increasingly seeing the weaponization of context, says First Draft U.S. director and co-founder Dr. Claire Wardle in the third of the new series of guides addressing trust and truth in the digital age. Now scroll down, Brother because I want everyone to see this PDF that they have available, and I think that we all should. So it's a PDF called Understanding Information Disorder. Stop right there, Brother So it's a PDF that says, Understanding Information Disorder. And this PDF was published in October 2019. So if you go to this website, scroll down just a little bit, Brother until they see the link to the PDF. So stop right there. So guys, go back up a little bit, Go back up. You're scrolling too fast. Right there, stop. So right here it says you can download the full guide. Okay, it's called First Draft's Essential Guide to Understanding Information Disorder. So that's what we're facing, family. So Brother if you could click on that, grab the link and throw that in the chat room so that everybody will be able to download the PDF, or you can just send them the link to the article and then they just go here.
All right, how you doing, sis? What's going on?
Oh, CK already posted it?
No, I don't think she got it. I don't know where she at. Where you at, Steve?
I'm right here.
All right. Well, cool. Let's go. Oh, yeah, she is.
You gotta drop it in the pseudo killers. Doc.
Well, let me get through reading it first.
All right, well, I'm gonna put it in. Go ahead, you read it. I'm gonna send it to you, CJ.
Copy.
1 out of 12. Hit with the copy. I don't even see the chat from here. Oh man.
Yeah. Are you clicking on the computer or are you sending?
No, I'm straight.
Hold on, let me see.
I just put it in there. Go ahead.
All right, so I can start reading. Oh yeah. I see what you did. Yeah, I see what you did.
All right,
And peace to my sister CK. Peace, sister CK. How are you?
Yeah, peace, Dr. Bayat.
All right, so it says we live in an age of information disorder, okay? It says the promise of the digital age encouraged us to believe that only positive changes would come when we lived in a hyper-connected communities able to access any information we needed with the click or swipe. But this idealized vision has been swiftly replaced by recognition that our information ecosystem is now dangerously polluted and is dividing rather than connecting us. Imposter websites designed to look. Go ahead.
Hold on right there. That's a hell of a statement right there, Doc. That's a hell of a statement right there. This woman right here, is that a white woman, Doc?
Yeah, Dr. Claire.
Are you serious? No, I'm joking. That's how our community treat. What? I ain't listen to white. That's crazy. They get actually scared of white people. It's amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I checked her out. Her research is on point.
Yeah, she's very intelligent.
Her research is on point.
Look at this. She says right here. It says, look the way she put this. But this idolized, am I saying it right? Idolized vision has been swiftly replaced by recognition that our information ecosystem, y'all know what the ecosystem is, right? Is now dangerously polluted and is dividing rather than connecting us. Right, we all over the place, man. We all over the place. That's deep. It is dividing us. Well, they mad at us because we trying to give them real information. Then you get to cussing each other out. Get the whole 9 yards based off of the misinformation, messing up the ecosystem, dividing us instead of helping us. It's a trip, man. But go ahead, Doc. That's a deep ride. That's deep.
All right. Yeah, it was. Like you said, it was a very powerful statement. Very powerful statement, and it definitely deserved to be emphasized. It says imposter websites designed to look like professional outlets are pumping out misleading, hyper-partisan content. Sock puppet accounts post outrage memes to Instagram, and click farms manipulate the trending sections of social media platforms in their recommendation systems. Elsewhere, foreign agents pose as Americans to coordinate real-life protests between different communities, while the mass collection of personal data is used to micro-target voters with bespoke messages and advertisements. Over and above this, conspiracy communities on 4chan and Reddit are busy trying to fool reporters into covering rumors or hoaxes. All right. So she says words matter. And for the reason when journalists use fake news in their reporting, they are giving legitimacy to an unhelpful and increasingly dangerous phase. So keep scrolling down so I can read a chunk of it at once. So the term fake news doesn't begin to cover all of this. Most of this content isn't even fake. It's often genuine, used out of context, and weaponized by people who know that falsehoods based on a kernel of truth. So remember early on, we were talking about how, something that may be a lie, it may have a kernel of truth, but then and that kernel of truth is then weaponized, and then used to create some sort of false narrative. Okay. So anyway, she says used out of context and weaponized by people who know that falsehoods that falsehoods based on a kernel of truth are more likely to be believed and shared. And most of this can be described as news. It's good old-fashioned rumors. It's memes. It's manipulated videos and hyper-targeted dark ads and old photos reshared as new. The failure of the term to capture our new reality is one reason not to say fake news. The other more powerful reason is because of the way it has been used by politicians around the world to discredit and attack professional journalism. The term is now almost meaningless, with audiences increasingly connecting it with established news outlets such as CNN and BBC. Words matter, and for that reason, when journalists use news in their reporting, they are giving legitimacy to an unhelpful and increasingly dangerous phase. Keep scrolling down, because now we're getting ready to get into the disinformation, misinformation, information that I spoke about earlier today. Hold on, go back up a little bit. I couldn't see the last paragraph. All right. At first draft, we advocate using the terms that are most appropriate for the type of content, whether that's propaganda, lies, conspiracy, rumors, hoaxes, hyper-partisan content, falsehood, or manipulated media. We also prefer to use terms disinformation, misinformation, or malinformation. So earlier today, I spoke about that. I said there's different types of bad information: disinformation, misinformation.
Can't hear you.
Malinformation. And so now she's getting ready to get into it. Show the people the chart, because I want to read what's beneath the chart, but I want everyone to see this chart. So this draft produced, this, I guess you call it a Venn diagram, or this diagram showing or just describing the difference between misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. And underneath the diagram, she kind of breaks it down.
Yes.
Scroll to the next paragraph for me, please. All right, so right there, you can stop right there. So it says disinformation is content that is intentionally false and designed to cause harm. It is motivated by three distinct factors: to make money, to have political influence, either foreign or domestic, or to cause trouble for the sake of it. Information false and designed to cause harm. Okay, she says when disinformation is shared, it often turns into misinformation. Misinformation also describes false content, but the person
Pop dog. Who's she at? You popping in and out.
She forgot to pray to the Most High.
Yeah, you ain't praying to the Most High.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. It looked like someone changed my settings. Hello?
Nah, that's it. That's the Most High getting you, because you're starting to make sense.
All right, hold on, here we go. So because I don't want to get through, it's not even a long article, but it says, okay, so when disinformation is shared, it often turns into misinformation. Misinformation also describes false content, but the person sharing doesn't realize it is false or misleading. Often a piece of disinformation is picked up by someone who doesn't realize it's false and shares it with their networks, believing that they're helping. So, you got a lot of people who are sharing disinformation, and we call it misinformation because it's not that they're doing it intentionally, but these people really believe that this is good information, and they believe it, and they believe that they're helping people. So it says the sharing of misinformation is driven by social psychological factors. Online, people perform their identities. They want to feel connected to their tribe, whether it means members of the same political party, parents that don't vaccinate their children, activists who are concerned about climate change, or those who belong to a certain religion, race, or ethnic group. Okay. Then she says agents of disinformation have learned that using
Hey, Dr. Maya, just pray to a crystal real quick.
Yeah, grab the crystal.
I'm here. I
Grab
don't
a
even
crystal real
understand what's
quick.
going on. Can y'all hear me?
They putting that crystal magic on you, yo, the yoni beads.
They said, let's get her out of here. Y'all said, let's get her out of here. All right. So agents of disinformation have learned that genuine content reframed in new and misleading ways is less likely to get picked up by AI, artificial intelligence systems. So let's go to the last paragraph on. Scroll down a little bit. All right. So it says that, you know, the third category we use is malinformation. It's a term that describes genuine information that is shared with an intent to cause harm. An example of this is when Russian agents hacked into emails from the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton campaign and leaked certain details to the public to damage reputation. So they refer to this as malinformation. And she says, you know, we want to recognize that the techniques we saw in 2016 have evolved. We are increasingly seeing the weaponization of context, the use of genuine content, but content that is warped and reframed. As mentioned,
Killing you, yo.
And I'm getting so aggravated. I know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
All right, scroll down real fast because I think it's going to do it again. I don't know what's going on. I might have to switch up what you call it. But anyway, so here she talks about 7 types of misinformation. Show the chart so I can go really fastly because I don't want it to cut out, and then people could just go to the site and read this on their own. So she said there's 7 types of misinformation and disinformation. Number 1, okay, she has fabricated content. So it's content that's like 100% false. Then you have manipulated content. Okay, so this is when genuine information or imagery is manipulated to deceive. Then you have imposter content, when genuine sources are impersonated. Then you have false context, when genuine content is shared with false contextual information. Scroll down, Onk. Then you have misleading content, right? Misleading, it says misleading use of information to frame an issue or individual. False connection, okay, it says when headlines, visuals, and captions don't support the content. And lastly, you have satire or parody, okay, no intention to cause harm, but has potential to fool. So family, check this out, you know, when you get an opportunity. This is a really, really good article. The PDF that's available on our website is it's a small PDF. It's only about 6 pages. So definitely download it and comb through it, okay? Because it's important that when we discuss information, good information, or
Hey, look, them dollar cell phones ain't gonna work, Doc. Come on now. Where you at, Doc? Hey, CK.
Yep. Multitasking, but I'm here.
You can't hear you. I know you. Get off the game, CK. I know
I'm here.
Yeah. Doc, we can't even hear you, Doc.
I told you, man, she need to pray to the Most High, rub a crystal real quick.
Man. Oh, now you're in there doubled up.
all right. There we go. I got on my Wi-Fi, so I don't know. You know, I got Sprint, so I don't know what was going on. I'm in the basement talking, and so I just went ahead and jumped on my Wi-Fi. But I just think that it's important that when we talk about you know, information or pseudoscience or whatever, that we definitely use the appropriate language to categorize these things. So if it's misinformation, then it's misinformation, and we know why we're calling it misinformation. You know, disinformation, malinformation. So I definitely think that it's important, you know, to call these things what they really are. So that's all I wanted to share with the family tonight.
Yeah, you did your daggone thing. I had no idea. I just knew it was a bunch of malarkey.
Okay.
Yo, now we got an answer for all that. Hey, man, that's satire right there, man. All right. No, that's false connection right there, man. You making a false connection. That's a trip, man. Okay. Yeah. Well, y'all got that work right there. And I think that's important. Hey, I done put the link in the chat room too, man. Where y'all at, man? I know y'all got some questions, man. Y'all got to come on in. Hey, CK, drop that link in the thing, man, so people can come on in and get in the conversation, man.
Copy. I'm gonna say, did you see the message I sent you earlier?
Nope. What you
What
say?
do you mean no?
Earlier?
I feel like you just be ignoring me. I see how it is.
Now I'm ignoring you. Tell her, Doc, I don't do no ignoring. Where you sending that?
Man.
What?
In the pseudo killer chat. I sent you 2 different things.
Oh man, I ain't
actually 3.
That's in Facebook. Y'all don't be on there like that. I don't be. Shit, well, how about you know you do got the phone number? Might be a little quick.
mean, I know you be busy like that. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna hit you up, but work was kind of nuts today. And then I left late, and then I kind of wanted to unwind when I got home. So, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat real quick. But just to recap on what I sent you, they changed some stuff with Discord.
Okay.
And yo, I probably wouldn't have said this before, but I'm definitely saying it now.
Okay.
Zoom is not needed anymore. StreamYard is not needed anymore. Discord is the way, sir.
Okay.
Because boom, you'll be able to set up a server. You can do whatever you want on that shit. Whatever you want. You can add links. You can add, files like books. You can add websites. You can set up voice rooms so people can talk to each other. You can set up. You can because in the past, what you had to do if you wanted to do video chat or a video conference, you would have had to add each other as friends, and then once you were friends, you could just invite everybody to a group chat. And then from there, be able to start a video chat. So that's one way you can do it. And you could do that with up to 9 people, if I'm not mistaken. But the new feature that they just added this week, which is called server chat, you can be in a voice chat in a server. And you can have as many people as you want in a voice chat. But if you want to be able to do video, like how we're doing, like how we're doing right now with the whole Zoom thing, and people can share their screen and all that good stuff, you can do that with 25 people.
So we can connect to YouTube? With 25 people.
You could already been stream. You can stream through. You can either stream through Discord, or you can
Okay, so send me a Discord so I can set it up. Then send it to me.
I sent you the links. What do you think all that stuff was that I was sending in the pseudo killer back chat? What do you think all that was?
Okay.
I already sent it to Kofi and them because I made the same suggestion to them. I said, yo, y'all do not need to be paying all this. Really, y'all didn't need to pay all that money to Zoom before. There are alternative programs outside of Zoom. Like y'all could have been using Wired. It's like way cheaper than Zoom. And Zoom, like they're probably gonna get banned in the US. They already been banned in other countries because of the security issues and people hacking the program and all that good stuff. That's why a lot of countries are banning it. But they've made a lot of changes recently, so they're trying to stay afloat. You know what I mean? And StreamYard is trash. So, and Google, I don't know what they got going on. They seem to be changing stuff up.
Well, Google don't got no daggone whatchamacallit. You talking about?
Did they get rid of the whole Google Hangout thing? The little thing that y'all were using in the past?
Of course. That's why we don't do it.
I thought that they added it back or they changed some stuff too.
When? We don't know.
Yeah. But the other thing that I sent you outside, I sent you 4 links. I sent you the promotion for the new feature. And then I sent you like 3 other links that kind of explain the different ways that you can do voice chat, video chat, group chat, and live streaming on Discord. And I've been telling True Story in this for the longest. I'm like, yo, like, you can do this on here, right? It's free.
All right.
Free.
Okay, we're gonna hook it up. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's not that hard at all. And then like for your YouTube channels, I
Guys,
was telling Kofi the same thing. I was telling Kofi that I was like, yo, for y'all YouTube channels, instead of having your mods post all these links to like your like if you have a business website or a store or something like that, just use a bot and have the bot do it. Like Nightbot has been around for like literally ever. It's probably been around since like the early or mid 2000s. You know what I mean? And then you could just set a timer on the bot to post a particular link or a couple of different messages. You could set a couple of different messages that it posts at certain intervals on your channel. So your mods can focus on modding.
Okay, well, can we talk about this in an office meeting, please, miss?
Yes, and the last thing I'm gonna aggravate you about.
Right, yo, guy, hey Sean, where the hell she come from? What the hell is wrong with CK? I mean, Dan, can we stay ahead of the you work shit. You couldn't work for the United States government. You give Russia all the secrets. The hell is going? You know what? Let me just shut you down. You just, good God.
Peace, Dr.
Hey, peace, brother Sean. How are you?
I'm hanging.
Hey, brother Sean. Look, I'm looking forward to the book you all are getting ready to drop. I think you said it's coming out, what, March 25th, May 25th, right?
Yeah, Monday. Monday is the big day.
Hold on. Kofi, Pasa, research.
Yes.
Daughter Sean in the building. There he go. That's my man right there.
Spears of the Mossy. Spears of the Mossy that's getting ready to drop on May the 25th. And brother Sean P, I just want to say this. You already know I'm grabbing my copy. As you so eloquently stated on Facebook, you said, look, you said over the years, I have supported everyone. You have. You've bought everyone. Yeah, he has. I mean, he's supported the Meltrek program. He supported Abjuware clothing. He supported all of the books that the brothers on the squad dropped. And so brother Sean P, a value of mine is reciprocity, brother. I'm very big on reciprocity. And so I'm definitely going to be supporting the project on Monday. But a quick question, what can we expect about in the Spears of Mossy? I know that the title is Spears of Mossy, and I believe the subtitle is, an insight into the minds of African warriors, something like that. But I just want to know what should we expect from that book?
Well, you're going to get a variety of information. You're going to get what Kofi brings. When I say that, you're going to get the perspective of anti-Abrahamic religion, more spiritual based.
All right.
You're going to get, Brother Sutek challenging the claims of ISUPK and the WIDA. You're gonna get Satepinra talking about how they used to put us in cages. You're gonna treat us like animals. You're gonna get an overall perspective of all of our works from Brother Vasa. You're gonna see me scratch the surface in one chapter and talk about this Kemetic thing in the Americas. And another,
my man.
Oh yeah. And then in another chapter, you're going to see me go into an emancipation piece. And then Kofi has 2 chapters in there, but we are already 2 chapters in for volume 2. And I think Kofi's working on another chapter right now. I am working on another one myself. Look at Unc got his hands up. I sent Unc some work. He ain't read yet.
I'm gonna read this weekend. Like, come on.
Yeah. So I put him on Front Street, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing in volume 2 as well. Because you're not gonna see it right now. So by the time you do see it, you'll be like, wow. But I'm actually challenging a ex-Muslim Christian historian and geographer, because his works have crept into our works, and his perspectives and things of that nature has tainted history. And we have not challenged scholarship on that level. We just accepted it as historical fact. And you wouldn't expect, I guess, me per se to step out on a limb and do that. But
I would.
it's heavily sourced. Well, you know, some people don't think that I would have the audacity to
Really?
yeah. But it's heavily sourced, and the critiques of these primary and secondary sources will hold weight. And I think that a lot of history that we know of about Africa and the world, we need to go back and review it. We need to go back and review it because me doing this research that I've been doing has uncovered some other stuff that I'm like, wow. But I'm very proud of the work that we have coming in volume 1. It's basically an introduction to the community from a writer's perspective. And I hope everybody supports the book.
Yeah.
Get the book, you know, read through it. I am being controversial in this book. I will tell you that right now. I did write something that may rub some people wrong. But when you read the work and you appreciate what I actually did, then the intent was to not demonize people, but to just lay out the evidence on the table and just kind of rehash it a little bit. And I hope people don't take it the wrong way. However, it will be very controversial. But overall, we did a good job. We put the work out. You know, we're proud of what we did. We're gonna stand behind it.
Sean, is the price for the book gonna be controversial? Because we like.
Nah, like right now, you can go and pre-order the book and get 20% off.
Wow.
You can go to KofiPieSideTV.com. I think that's my Master Warrior brother over there too, talking about 5G is killing Black fortune crazy. But yeah, you know, so we did our thing with this book. We put a lot of hours into it and we crunched it up. And shout out to brother Unc for his dedicated forward. Shout out to brother Ben, who also wrote a forward, which is both very, very interesting. Shout out to brother Saw for his work on the website and his you know, his background piece, you know, just helping. I mean, a lot of our brothers and sisters have helped us. Even you, Dr. Ma, you don't know it. So there's a lot of shout outs and dedications and things of that nature that I mentioned in the book. So people will see some familiar names in there and we kind of get into that. It's our first piece, but like I said, we're working on our next piece as we speak. And we're just trying to continue to bring scholarship. And in order to stand on the ancestors' shoulders, we have to advance knowledge. And that's what being scientific is about.
I appreciate getting that little forward in too, yo. That was big for me. I felt like John Henry Clark. You know, I had no forward in there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is what it is, man. And you know, y'all already know, man. I'm just, hey man. Before the show started, I talked about people that was actually loyal. And I definitely mentioned you, bro.
He sure did. He sure did.
Man. I mean, but that's real loyal. Over the years, man, the good times, the bad times, man, you know, we never wavered. You feel me, man? All the times, man, that you actually came down and watched me speak when it'd be just 10 people in the spot, in the library. Bring your whole damn family. You know what I'm saying, man? So people don't even know our history. All the way to Tennessee. You know, where you live at? Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so I appreciate you, bro, man. And yeah, we gonna pump this work out right here, man. I know it's a special work, and it's arriving around the same time Garfield work. So the community is getting an influx, right, of great material, of great readable material. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, right? Shout out to the Posse, Kofi Posse research team, and shout out to Brother Garfield and his book. You know what I'm saying? And scholarly materials, man. And this has always been the vision, bro. You already know, yo, this the vision right here, man. You know, I can't keep it unless I give it away. You feel me? And y'all doing the same damn thing. That's why we never lose it. See, they don't understand that, man. They don't understand that teams make teams, make teams, make teams, make teams, yo. It's a family, man, dedicated to destroying the pseudoisms, right? And educating our people, watch this, on real, you know what I'm saying, African spirituality. You feel me? The real stuff, not the pseudos, because that's what Doc just read it. You know, the misinformation has crept into our thing that we call consciousness. You feel me? It crept in, bro, and it was polluted. And so we representing, you know what I'm saying, the cleaning up, the Clean Air Act. You remember how over there in France and London, where the fog, so the conscious community was in a fog, yo. And we put in the Clean Air Act. We cleaning it up. And so y'all work, man, definitely represents that. Brother Saul's work definitely represents that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we taking on all oncomers, man. So I can't wait. So that work is gonna be in the store, front and center. You already know that.
Yeah, we're gonna get them books to you ASAP. But I do want to say this though. I do why Doc, I know it's late. And you know how Doc, my eyes, she slide out on us.
And look, Brother Sean P, when I say you know me like the back of your hand, I was getting ready to say something and then make my exit.
So I want to say, Dr. Ma, thank you for everything you've done, the work you've done. You've been a big help and inspiration. My kids appreciate your Meltrek work. We're waiting on part 3. You know how I did that post when we were waiting on part 2. I had to keep.
Yes.
I can't wait to pre-order.
Yes.
I can't wait to pre-order that. I know it's gonna be an awesome work. Continue doing what you're doing. Everybody's so proud of what you're doing, and we appreciate you, and we're gonna protect you by any means necessary. So I just wanted to say that in front of everybody before you dip out. So.
Oh no, Brother Sean. Brother, I appreciate your words and your support, and it's brothers like you and Brother Ankh who keep me going. You know, despite a lot of things that I've been through, and I mean, you've seen it, you've witnessed it. You know, for the past 6 years, almost 7 years, like you've seen what I've been through in this community, and it's brothers like you. You know, Ankh West, brother Sean P, Brother Kofi, Brother Black Panther. There's a brother by the name of Robert Rand. That's another brother who's been a huge supporter. And so it's brothers like you, and even a sisterhood. Shout out to the sisterhood. People like Sister Kaba, Sister Monica Lamb, that definitely keep me going. You definitely keep me going, and I appreciate it. I also want to thank you guys, the Masi Warrior Clan, for the research that you put out there. A lot of the research that went into Meltrek episode 3, we got that, Brother Ankh, from Brother Sean P. A lot of that information is his research. Now it's just being told in animated form. You know, Brother Sean P started talking about the Portuguese and how they are the fathers of the transatlantic slave trade. Hey, there's my man right there. Oh my God, he's getting so old. He's a big boy now. Yes, he's a big boy now. How are you?
Yeah, he stay up late now.
Hey, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it.
Yeah, it must be going around because they be staying up late.
Oh yeah, exactly, Brother Sean. Exactly. Same thing over here. Same thing. Crazy. Same thing. He told me the other day his PlayStation 3 was getting ready to go up on him, so he said, "I'm gonna sell it and take the money to go buy a PlayStation 4." And I said, "Okay, baby." I said, "All right." I said, "Well, you know, PlayStation 5 getting ready to drop, so you might want to hold on to your little change."
Right.
Yeah. But going back to what I was saying, Brother Sean, a lot of, just even sharing with you and the people, a lot of that research that we talk about in Meltrek Exploring the Ma'afa, we got that directly from Brother Sean P. You know, a lot of that, you know, and then we went over to Ghana last summer and we looked at some of those things firsthand, and we incorporated that into the research. And so I do want to thank you, Brother Sean P, for that, because you really helped us produce Meltrek episode 3 with the research that you put out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's your information just being told in animated form. That's it.
Yeah, let's talk about Africa, Doc.
I'm getting out of here now. Sean, he's trying to be bad, Sean. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's trying to be bad tonight, brother Sean. I'm gonna get out of here.
Nah. Hey, all I'm gonna tell y'all African Americans is, I'm gonna tell you, respect the tribe, man. You got a strong tribe in North America, man, and we love where we came from. I swear to goodness, man. Don't nobody love Africa more than me, but God damn it, I love the African Americans, though. You know what I'm saying? We the flyest tribe. You know what I'm saying, on planet Earth, man. We the most intelligent. You know what I'm saying, and we're a spark for the next.